Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. This is Grace, and I've tried to do this video more than once, and I keep messing it up. But I want to talk today about panic attacks or strong sense of dread when it comes to postal mail or even email. Now, I have this issue, and I have never heard of anybody else, nobody, still haven't, who has this issue. It causes a sense of dread, a strong sense, and like I said, a panic attack. Even thinking about doing it. And let me give you an example. This past Friday, today's Tuesday, I got a phone call from a woman. She said that if I wanted a letter recommendation from her, we'd been setting one up just for her to give me a reference, and she said for me to write a letter of recommendation. And she would just sign it for me to email it to her, and she would sign it, and then I wouldn't have to do anything else. I don't know how that works, but I said, okay. Today's Tuesday. I still haven't done it. And it seems like it's something that's just overwhelming to me. It's not, I don't even know how to say it. It's just like, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to sit down and do it. Now, I've written a lot of things in my life. I used to, I have a video that I used to, when I was young, have pen pals, and some of them I still have. In fact, I got a letter from one yesterday. And I sat down here to try to answer her letter. In fact, yesterday, and I had started one in June to her, so it was still there. So I tried to add on to it yesterday, and I got maybe a paragraph or two, and then I just said no. And I have been thinking since, a lot about this recently, because I saw a video, somebody else had an opposite problem. And I've been thinking about it, what was causing it? What's causing me to have such a sense of dread? Now, I've already mentioned I have a sense of dread of going to places that I've never, I might have been there before, but I'm going to meet somebody that I don't know, and sometimes it's going where I don't know the people that I'm going to meet. I know that. But sometimes it's even when I know some of the people, but I don't really know them, if that makes sense. Okay, at least I got that first clip done without too many mistakes, and my dog's making too much noise. They started making noise right when I clicked off. But anyway, this mail thing. Like I said, I've noticed the problem with me. I've always known these two, really, when it comes down to it. But I never really thought enough about them, except for really, I had gone through little stages of thinking about what's going on, but I never thought enough about it. Why do I get nervous if I have to write a check and actually put in it, write the envelope. I want to hurry and do it all, and make sure I double check and make sure I didn't write it wrong and send it out. But now that I'm thinking about it, I do remember when I had experienced what these days we pronounce it as agoraphobia, but it was agoraphobia. But one of the times I've experienced when I was 28, and again 30 when I was 33, and I'm 53 now. But one of the times I was at the checkout in a grocery store, and that's when this agoraphobia started, for whichever time it was. I can't remember. And my dog's in there drinking water, in case you're wondering what that noise is. But I was writing a check at the cashier's after having bought groceries, and I think while I was in the store, I was feeling it. Like the place was just too big, and I was feeling dizzy, like it was just too much around me. It was a huge store. But when I got to write the check, I couldn't. I did, but it was so difficult for me to write. My hand was shaking. I was having a major panic attack. And I went home from there, and the dog's right next to me now. But I went home from there, and I couldn't leave my home. I don't know how long it is. It's so many years ago, I don't remember. I can't even remember which time what happened and where I was living at each time. Yeah, it was that long ago. I think I was living in the same place both times, but I moved and came back. But anyway, now that relates the check. The whole thing with the check relates. I can see that when I have to pay a bill, I don't do that hardly anymore since we do it online. But when I do have to write a check, it brings about this, some would call it anxiety, but for me, I'm saying it's panic, like a panic attack. I need to get down the difference between them two, but the way I always see it is a panic, it's the dread, so much of a dread. But so anyway, between the letter and that, just I'm not capable of not feeling it. And I really had, like I said, I really have thought about what would be the cause of this. Why is this? And really it comes down to control, or lacking control. Having lacked control in my life especially when I was younger. It always seemed like somebody else had too much control over my life, like it's a child, and I didn't have enough of my own control over things that happened to me, and I didn't. When I was younger, and even as an adult, there are situations I just got ended a situation that went on for years that I totally lacked any control in. That does happen. So, yeah. So I'm thinking that's why it's coming up right now too, because the situation is being anyway. So I really do think it all involves having had a lack of control so much in my life of what happened to me, what I did, what I didn't do, that now, when you mail out something, think about it, whether it's email or postal mail, like we call snail mail, once it leaves, you have no control over it. You don't know where it's going to wind up. Plus, I'm a victim of identity theft. Who knows how it happened? Believe me, it is such a mess to try to get that. Somebody's using my social security number, by the way. And this has been going on for many, many years. And it's so much total not being able to control any of it. Even reporting, having my credit, 3 different agencies, to get them to put a hold on it. They said no, that I couldn't, because under my name, with my social security number, it's my social security number, I don't have enough credit and enough questions they can ask me for me to be able to put a stop on it. It's crazy. And that was going on for years. So anyway, I see what it is, and but I'm going to have to really get to thinking more about it, and to where I can work this out so I can do things. It's just something I haven't thought about enough. Anyway, do you have this kind of problem? If you do, just leave a comment below. And if you've done something, how you worked it out, let me know. And I'll let y'all know how I do it for myself. Anyway, remember, I'm not a healthcare professional provider. This is just my opinion, views. Read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.